Good evening and welcome to From the Book edition for this weekend, Saturday racing. I had a look at the programs, fairly weak overall. There's a few wet tracks. I've identified a couple of races at Belmont that I think there might be a bit of value. The slow track's probably going to bring additional value in, as many of these have never seen this type of ground, so don't be surprised if there's a couple of boilovers there on the weekend, assuming they race, of course. Go to race 3, start off with Passion Cantata. Now, this was fairly poor effort first up. The ride left a lot to be desired. He's got kicked off it, and the regular rider goes back on it. It's interesting to note that every time Ryan Hill's ridden it lately, it hasn't gone too well, and Staples goes back on it and seems to improve. So Staples got on it. They took it back to the trials. He rode it, and he's sticking with it. Expect it to improve. I think it's over the odds at 10 or 12 to 1. Happy to be on it. Go to race 4. Not much there. Don't like the race. There's quite a lot of these never seen wet ground, and those that have seen wet ground have gone bad in it. So probably not a race to be getting overly wrapped in. Race 5. This is an interesting one. Celtic Rock went for this last start. Probably jumped in one run too early. Drew the wide gate. They pulled it up. You know, he just dragged it back to last, and then he sat on it. Barrier 2 this time. We don't be surprised to see this ping out and sit up on the speed. It's had 8 goes on a dead track for 2 wins. At the price, I'm happy to go one more time with this. So Belmont race 5, number 2 Celtic Rock. Race 6, it's another one we were a bit stiff with last time. We went for this at 50 to 1, got nailed in the last 50 yards. Finished up running 4th. All I had to do was show a touch of patience anywhere from the 600 to the turn, and this couldn't have got beaten. I don't think we're going to get 50s again, but 25's happy to follow it up with another lash. It's number 11, It's a Merc. Get out in front now. It's had 4 goes on dead ground, 3 times in the money. Most of these haven't seen it, so might be able to get out in front. Best place to be on the rain-affected tracks at Belmont is in the lead, so I think this has got a terrific chance in race 6. We go to Flemington. Race 1's an interesting race now. I'm assuming the track's going to be rain-affected. I've done all my work on a slow track, and I've put the money on based on the fact that I think the track's going to be slow. Naturally, the stupids will put up a dead 5. It won't be that. They put up a dead 5 last week and the week before, and they were running 4 seconds outside dead time. So just goes to show what disregard they've got for most punters. Either that or they're just the worst judges in the world, which probably might be closer to the truth than anything else. The track will be rain affected. The favourite's probably going to be Angels Beach. Now, barrier 17, probably an advantage on the rain affected track. What I'm hoping is that they all go spread eagling around the track, and the 2 that are drawn down the inside, number 2 Dahir Hunter and number 16 Lordo, are going to get left alone down there and might get a cushy little run and get into the race. Now, at both at around 25 and 33 to 1, more than happy to take my chances against the even money 6 to 4 favourite here. So I'm going to have something on number 2 Dahir Hunter and number 16 Lord and O. I then go to race 7. Number 6 Zamora. Last couple of runs have been pretty good. This has been waiting for slow, heavy ground. It's 8 out of 8 in those conditions, and I think it's going to get them on the weekend. Down on the limit with 54 kilos, it's going to be hard to beat. Put second effort in this race on a slow track, they wouldn't get near it. There's weak favourite here in Lucky Grey. Very suspect on a wet track. It's a Perth horse, so it's used to concrete, not wet. Temple of Boon's getting on a bit now. All its terrific first up form was early in its career. Got a great wet card. You know, 8 out of 10 in the money on slow and heavy ground. But the first up, probably with the 58 kilos, might just find it out late. So happy to go for number 6, Zamora. Into race 8. Interesting race. There's a Kiwi here, Noble Warrior. This is a wet tracker. They brought it over here. 58 kilos. Probably about as much as you could probably handle with it. At the price, 14, 15 to 1. I think that's over the odds. Its last run was quite good. It's a chance in this. Number 12, Fantastic Porsche. This is an interesting one down on the limit. It's got a terrific record track, distance and wet form. 4 out of 4 in the money on the slow and 5 out of 6 in the money in the distance. Why they're betting 25 to 1 this, I don't know, but at that price, I'm happy to jump on. Obviously, this is a slightly stronger race, but the weight drop for it, dropping 6 kilos, dropping 6 levels. Yeah, 6 kilos, probably enough to offset the rise in class. So I think I'm happy to stick with it. So in Flemington race 8, we go for number 1, Noble Warrior, number 12, Fantastic Porsche, both at a big price. The rest of the racing, fairly ordinary in Australia. There's a couple of reasonable races in New Zealand. Probably the best of those is probably going to be at Pukekohe race 8. Number 9, Boy. Now this has got no form at all, but the heavy track's going to bring this right into play. So I've got set something at 25 to 1. I think it might even be better than that. I'll wait and have another snip at it on Friday. I think this has got a good chance. Its track work indicates that it's just about ready to show something. So don't be surprised to see it improve. Pukekohe race 8, number 9, Boy. We go to Randwick. This is a very ordinary meeting. The main race is obviously the Missile. This is a weak lot of race. This is a field of goats. Rain Affair. The old Rain Affair is going to spread eagle these. They won't get anywhere near it. Hay List. Well, we know how Hay List could have, or how good it could have been. It's very suspect now. Its trial sat 5 deep for the whole lot. I wouldn't want to be following it up now as an 8-year-old, not with its bad legs. I think Rain Affair wins. It's too short for me. I never want to be on horses at these sort of prices. It's not a betting race, but it'd probably be an interesting race to have a look at. Riccarton, the end of the carnival for them. Not much of a race. Probably the last race. Probably if there's going to be a chance, if the 17 Backburner backs up from the other day and they decide to run it again, don't be surprised to see this thing put 2 back to back. It was a terrific win the other day and wouldn't need to have improved much on that to win a race like this. So just keep an eye out on it. Riccarton race 9, number 17, Backburner. Not much happening really. Spring Carnival's not far away, I suppose. Another couple of weeks and we'll start seeing some of the better races in Melbourne. Been sort of fishing around at some of the Melbourne Cup chances. Market's a very nice crush they put up this year, with Puissance de Lune. How they justify putting up these sort of prices this early, I don't know, but I suppose they're taking the punt that somebody will jump in and take a stupid price and take unders. My advice is wait. There's a couple of imported horses that have been working really nicely. There's still a couple to arrive, and obviously there'll be more coming. So with the low grade quality that the Australians and New Zealanders are now producing in comparison to the European counterparts that are arriving here, Heaven help us if the Japanese decide to bring their horses here. None of these others are ever going to get a shake. So it's too early. Normally I'm fishing around and having a bet at this time, but I'm going to sit back and probably wait another 4 weeks, see if I can identify something at better than $20 or $30 that I might want to jump in and take some doubles. If I find something, I'll let you know after I've put mine on, of course, boys. And then you can all join if you feel so inclined. We do have a fairly good record over the Spring Carnival. Those that followed me into the Cox Plate Melbourne Cup doubles last year had a nice windfall. So hopefully we can repeat that performance. I don't know whether we're going to catch a 500 to 1 double again or 600 to 1 double again, but never know. We might. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck on the weekend if you play. And we're not that far away from opening day at Sha Tin. I'll be heading up into Hong Kong in the next couple of weeks after I finish a saute around Australia. For those that are around, I'll be in the Gold Coast 13th to the 16th of August, into Sydney on the 16th through to the 18th, and then down to Melbourne 18th to the 23rd, then back to Perth and flying out of Perth on the 25th back up to Hong Kong to join the boys looking at the trials. So it's going to be a fairly hectic month, and we're getting ready for what we believe is going to be a good season in Hong Kong. So hopefully the punting gods will smile on us a bit more than last season. Thanks, guys, and thanks for sticking with us. Good luck on the weekend.